How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. Uh, I had kind of a odd idea to do for a video today. If you're watching this, I guess it made it up onto the channel. But yeah, I was kind of just, I don't know, I was going on YouTube and I was looking up, just for my own amusement, the differences between punk and metal. Uh, Probably just because recently, and intermittently up until this point, I've kind of just been interested in punk and or metal. The big three being slam, black metal, and punk in general, just kind of piquing my interest over the few years that I've been doing this and whatnot. So yeah, needless to say, I ended up going on YouTube and looking up the differences between punk and metal just to see what was out there, see what people said about it, and just I don't know, to really pick apart the actual differences. And besides kind of the obvious things like the way some punk people dress and the way some metal people dress, the way some punk their ideals and beliefs go, and the way some metalhead beliefs and whatnot go. Just like besides that kind of thing, I mean, the actual musical difference between punk and metal was more so of what I was actually looking up. And, I know the basics. I know just by listening to it what I'm listening to. If I'm listening to metal, I know I'm listening to metal. If I'm listening to punk, I know I'm listening to punk. A couple of things being like, if it's punk, it's probably fairly simplistic guitar riffs with just kind of like power chords, or just full chords with accentuated notes on it, done in kind of like a alternating three riff fashion, done medium to really fast paced and excited tone. The drum beat is normally quick and just uppity, kind of like gallopy type of things. Not like, metal gallops, but just kind of like a very quick pace, very excited pace, and stuff like that. Metal obviously is going to be more intricate. There's going to be more going on than just power chords and just a simple, quick beat going on. There's going to be added notes here and there. There's going to be probably tremolos and like really really fast triplets or solos going on, and this just more speed and more technicality, and maybe lower tuned and brutaler sounding. Brutaler being an actual word. But yeah, I don't know. I think what I was actually looking for though was what like actually breaks down that border between what's punk music and what's metal music. And yeah, like specifics, like riff wise, how do you know if you are listening to a punk riff over how do you know whether you're listening to a metal riff? uh, Same with drumming. But then once again, you'd think it would be fairly obvious when it comes to like two specific genres. Like if you're just talking like straight up heavy metal and punk, like you'll be able to tell the difference, just auditory wise. You'll be able to pick it up, at least if you've been listening to extreme music for any length of time. Now, if you're like our parents who are like in their 50s or 60s, they might not be able to pick up the difference. All it is to them is just really excited screaming and loud noise, right? So, uh, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind actually starting a discussion series, um, on my channel if and when I have time. Maybe see if I can't. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this anytime soon, but like maybe do like a video. Uh, I want to say once a day, but there it would be like a really quick video. But maybe once every other day, just so you guys have a steady amount of content coming in. Just because I've found that in the last month or so, or last 2 months, that I've been only putting out content every 3 to 7 days. Like it's almost like been once a week at sometimes there. And I'm like, well, that doesn't seem like much. I feel like I should be doing a little bit more at this time in my channel. Like I'm at like 2,080 subscribers now, I believe, give or take a few. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should probably be giving you guys a little bit more content on a regular basis, especially if I want to see my clientele rise and my viewer interests stay there and not be like dwindling and going, he hasn't put out anything for a while. I'll just unsubscribe and stop paying attention to this dude, you know? And I know myself, like, I have a lot that I could be discussing. I have a lot that's on my mind. Fuck, I'm going to be 32 this year. You'd think that I have a lot more to discuss and a lot more to talk about. So, yeah, this is just kind of one of the things that are on my mind for content relating to this channel, and just kind of like a knowledge is power, knowing the difference kind of topic pieces would be interesting, I think, to bring on this channel. I think a lot of people would find it entertaining or interesting. Not every subject that I bring up is going to entertain everyone, but for the person that's interested in that topic, I think it'll be cool. Now, this one, I've obviously decided to do punk and metal. So, besides just kind of like the things I brushed over, for anyone who's watching this, what really are the huge differences to you when someone mentions punk or metal? Now, you can base that on superficial stuff if you really want, like how they look and how their beliefs are, or you could base it on like actual musical traits, like how different do the riffs differ from each other? How do you know right away that you're listening to a punk song? You know, guitar wise or drum wise? How do you know vocal wise, maybe even um, stuff like that? I was hoping to actually have a little bit more specific things to say on this, but it just seems to be whenever I sit down and actually film an idea and I start trying to talk about it, it just kind of, I don't know, I get like 3 of the 10 points that I wanted to bring up, and the rest is kind of fizzle out of my brain. And yeah, I mean, there's also quite a bit of similarities between punk and metal too, both being kind of rebellious, kind of anti-establishment usually, you know, fighting the man type of deal, like anti-government, anti kind of authority figures, um, anti just kind of lame rules that society sets out for you. Being kind of like a loner or an outcast seems to be a very similar theme between the two genres. Um, yeah. I don't know. I guess there's not too many not so obvious differences, but um, I plan on making this a regular series, and by regular I mean just do it once in a while. It'll pop up. It'll kind of be a thing that you go, oh, hey, he's doing another one of these. The more you know, kind of, or know the difference type of videos. Um, so yeah, that's this one. Maybe discuss in the comments section, and I'll be active in the comment section. If you leave a comment and I think it's interesting, I'll hit you up and talk back. And if you ask me any questions, I'll try to answer anything the best I can, obviously. Yeah. So that's it for this video. Leave me any thoughts and opinions in the comment section of like what's the difference between punk riffs, drumming, and stuff like that. And expect a video right after this on the difference between hardcore, metalcore, and deathcore. Cheers and stay sick.